directors of PIRMA.
You should be warned. Huwag mong tuturuan ng SEC ng trabaho nila. Baka mas
hindi po.
ma-trouble tayo nito.
Hindi po, never
Baka
my intention,
ilibing na
Madam
yung
Chair.
pirma na yan.
Hindi
Patay
po.
na nga, lilibing
Naghihintay
pa.
nga ho kami, nakikiusap kami, naghihintay kami na.
Okay, thank you very much. I'd just like to put this aside. We thank the SEC. Your representatives are here, I believe. And we are given to understand that, in fact, PIRMA no longer exists as of February 10, 2004. Is that correct?
Yes, Madam Chair. Their certificate of registration has been revoked since February 10, 2004.
So when was this, in fact, registered?
The PIRMA was registered or incorporated on March 12, 1997, Madam Chair.
So from 1997 to the date that you revoked their incorporation in 2004, I understand that the regulatory requirements, the documents that are reportorial requirements were not submitted. Is that correct? And for that reason, you therefore revoke its incorporation?
Yes, Madam Chair. Since the time of their incorporation, they have not submitted any reportorial requirements with the SEC based on our records.
Who do you have as the directors of this corporation, please? Yes, you have
Madam,
Mr. Pedrosa, I understand, Policarpio. Is that what, am I reading properly here?
Yes, Madam Chair. Mr.
Ontario.
Alberto Pedrosa, Mr. Alfonso Policarpio,
Yes.
Ms. Eliza Salapantan, Mr. Horacio Montefrio, and Ms. Carmen Pedrosa.
Yes, and they have never reported or updated their documents with the SEC.
Yes, Madam Chair. What we only have are their articles of incorporation and bylaws that they submitted at the time of their incorporation.
The name of Mr. Noel Oñate does not occur?
None, Madam Chair, at the time of their incorporation.
The name of the attorney, Anthony Abad, does not occur?
None, Madam Chair.
Nor is counsel, Ghana Incorporated, Ghana and Partners in any of the listings. Is that correct?
Yes, Madam Chair, none.
I understand. Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Oñate, please, and the rest who have come as representatives of PIRMA, what is your participation in this non-existent corporation?
Madam Chair, with regards to the corporate registration of PIRMA, may we inform the committee that we made submissions in the online portal of the SEC updating the email and the contact persons. And after that, we are expecting a reply, hopefully giving us a schedule.
Kailan po yun, Attorney Abisado?
It was made through an email, Memorandum Circular 28 submission portal,
Kailan nga?
February, just this February, Madam Chair.
So pagkatapos lang ng hearing. Kasi
Yes,
ang kukulit
yes,
ng mga
Madam Chair,
senador.
because it took time for Mr. Oñate to speak with his former associates in PIRMA, and we are, as soon as we are given the go signal with the
You are going
assessment.
to update the website of a corporation that has not been in existence for 20 years.
You are correct, Madam Chair, but the process
Wala na
is,
to. Multo na to.
the process is, Madam Chair,
Wala
we
na
submit
pirma, 20 anyos na. Ano pa pagpipilitan natin dito?
that will lead to the filing of a petition for reinstatement once we were able to comply with the requirements and the payment of the penalties. That is our expectation from the SEC, Madam Chair, based on the rules of the SEC. Thank you.
Tama po ba yun? Pagkatapos ng 2 dekada na hindi nagsasubmit ng anumang papel, buhay pa yung korporasyon?
Ma'am, the proper process is they should have filed a petition to lift the order of revocation and not submit any the compliance for MC28 that was been mentioning by Attorney Abisado.
So, Attorney
Because
Abisado, I think the SEC is questioning your legal competence.
No, not really.
Madam Chair, we cannot file a petition for reinstatement unless we update through this portal. Online submissions lang po lahat sa SEC. So we started updating. The next stage would be to submit the names, the new directors of
Attorney
PIRMA.
Abisado, you should be warned. Huwag mong tuturuan ng SEC ng trabaho nila. Baka mas
hindi po.
ma-trouble tayo nito.
Hindi po, never
Baka
my intention,
ilibing na
Madam
yung
Chair.
pirma na yan.
Hindi
Patay
po.
na nga, lilibing
Naghihintay
pa.
nga ho kami, nakikiusap kami, naghihintay kami na hopefully mapagbigyan at mabigyan ho kami ng assessment of the penalties which would allow us, once we pay, which would allow us to file a petition for reinstatement. Yun
Madam
lang po.
Chair? Madam Chair?
Yes, Senator Binay.
Hindi, naguguluhan lang ho ako, Attorney Abisado, dun sa timeline nyo eh. Nag-initiate kayo ng People's Initiative, pero hindi pa pala ayos yung documentation ng pirma nyo. Di ba dapat nag-due diligence muna kayo kung talagang may entity na pirma?
Baka naman last minute lang to pahabol. May nakaalala na may pirma dati. At saka, kinaladkad na lang si Mr. Oñate na napakabait na nag-volunteer na rin.
Di ba, Madam
Ganun
Chair?
ba yun?
So, if pirma
Ang
does
gulo
not...
ba't walang
Senator
papel?
Binay.
Diba, if-
Walang
technic-
korporasyon, walang papel, walang resibo. Ano ba to? Lahat kababalagan?
Hindi. So, ang tanong, if pirma does not exist, it does not exist dahil wala na, revoked na siya by the SEC. So, sino yung entity na nag-initiate na itong People's Initiative?
Madam Chair, Senator Binay, to answer your question, totoo po yung observations ninyo. When we check the status of PIRMA, we knew na canceled na po yung registration. And we also knew that it would take a while bago po kami makapag-file ng petition for reinstatement. When we checked the rules, we
Kaya
found
nga,
out that
pero
for
bakit-
purposes of a PI, Senator Marcos,
Yes, Attorney
it's only a
Abisado.
registered voter that is required to file for People's Initiative. And we are hoping by the time we file the petition, baka nga po umabot na kami doon sa part na makapagbayad na ho kami ng...
Hindi sana hindi na
ng,
ninyo ginamit yung pirma. Yung mga individual names na lang ang dinatag. People naman ito eh. Basta may tao doon na nakapirma, ayos na yon. Ba't pa kinaladkad yung pirma? Bakit ginamit-gamit pa itong kalansay na korporasyon na patay na?
We understand your observation, Madam Chair. Advocacy ho kasi ni Mr. Oñate ang
Hindi ba
PIRMA. He
last
started
minute
it
lang? Parang
1997.
nakaladkad na lang to ng last minute para may mukha, para may pangalan. Ganun ba yon?
Hindi
Kasi
po.
parang
And
hindi
Mr.
naman-
Oñate can answer, Madam Chair.
Hindi, kasi parang nahuli lahat ng dokumento, hindi pa incorporated, biglaan to. Sino ba at bakit kayo nagmamadali? Sabi mo nga, dapat nagpetisyon pa. Dapat nag-ayos muna sa SEC. Dapat nagsabit na sangkatutak na dokumento para ma-revive yung korporasyon. Bakit minadali?
Madam Chair, hindi po kami nagmadali. In fact, we want to clarify. Wala ho kaming deadline. Our deadline is once we reach the minimum required by the COMELEC.
Madam
Three-
Chair?
May
Question.
deadline po kayo ha. Yung January 30, 2 p.m. ha. Nakalampas na kayo ng
Madam
ilang
Chair?
beses.
Hindi,
Okay,
pwede matanong
Senator
lang ho
Binay.
yung COMELEC. Kasi di ba, ilang percent na ho yung nag-submit ng 3%?
Based on the submitted certification that we submitted to this committee, Madam Chair, 211 po na legislative district out of the 253
And
legislative
out of,
districts.
and that 211, PIRMA yung nag-submit?
Wala po kaming alam, Madam Chair, kung pirma yon sapagkat sa bawat municipal election officers and city election officers, Madam Chair, may nagdadala po, and then of course, yung proponent o yung tao ng proponent, kasama na po yung pangalan na na-mention po doon sa mismong signature sheets at saka signature form.
Pero Chair, ang tanong, dahil dun sa Davao, sinabi po ng election officer na ang nagbigay daw yung mga abogado ng pirma. Tapos inako naman ng abogado ng pirma, sila daw yung legal counsel ng pirma. So, ano ang nire-represent ng Gana Abisado? Nalilito na ako dito.
Madam
Since
Chair.
non-existent nga. Senator
Yes,
Binay.